90-day fiancé Liz Woods discloses significant health developments following announcement of stomach cancer diagnosis. Liz Woods from 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, disclosed her current condition following the announcement of her stomach cancer diagnosis. Liz commenced her 90-Day Fiancé experience as Big Ed Brown's romantic partner in the inaugural season of The Single Life. Liz and Big Ed were contentious due to their 19 breakups and reconciliations. They ultimately separated after Big Ed annulled his nuptials to Liz. She progressed and established a romantic relationship with Jason Zuniga. Nonetheless, Liz and Jason separated within months of formalizing their relationship. She is currently concealing her new dating life. Liz's announcement of her cancer diagnosis has caused concern among her followers, who are now anticipating further information about her health status. She is finally disclosing her current state of well-being. "I become fatigued easily these days," Liz captioned an Instagram story featuring her trekking with her dog, Lucy. She stated that Lucy is the individual who motivates her to persevere despite her fatigue. Liz recorded herself accompanying Lucy on her inaugural trek, and she could hear her pet encouraging her, "Let's go, you can do it." In another narrative, Liz disclosed that her dog had previously lived on the streets before she adopted her. Liz stated that she had successfully increased her weight by 10 pounds after reducing to 105 pounds. Liz commenced a dramatic weight loss in early 2024. She concluded her engagement with Big Ed the prior year and joyfully chronicled her weight loss on social media. In response to fan inquiries, Liz discussed her cessation of antidepressant use, which resulted in weight gain. She had returned to her initial weight, resembling her appearance prior to meeting Big Ed. When questioned by her co-stars over her weight loss on 90-Day Fiancé, Liz humorously said she had shed 230 pounds, alluding to her departure from Big Ed. By December 2024, fans observed that Liz appeared significantly slimmer. Upon further inquiry into her health, she disclosed that she had received a cancer diagnosis and was currently receiving chemotherapy. She subsequently verified that it was gastric cancer. In May 2025, Liz acknowledged that the year had been prolonged and arduous, and she continued to experience significant weariness. She appears to have not completely restored her strength. However, she is diligently engaged in enhancing her endurance through consistent exercise. She recently expressed gratitude to Lucy for accompanying her for her inaugural endurance training session. Liz has initiated a reset in her life after a tumultuous 2024. Having been diagnosed with cancer and witnessing the disintegration of what appeared to be a lovely and promising relationship with Jason, she has endured significant hardships. Gradually, Liz is striving to restore her health and stamina, accompanied by supportive friends and admirers who have remained steadfast. She has suggested the presence of a new romantic partner, although this time she appears inclined to maintain privacy, in contrast to her public revelation of Jason on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Liz stood before her bathroom mirror, her hands quivering slightly as she adjusted the delicate gold necklace that Jason had bestowed upon her. This evening was not an ordinary one. It was the night, the time she had both feared and awaited simultaneously. She was poised to bring her new boyfriend, Jason, to her former fiancé, Big Ed. Almost a year had elapsed since her separation from Ed. Their relationship was tumultuous, affectionate, and perplexing, a public spectacle of emotional highs and lows. Supporters had aligned themselves with opposing factions, acquaintances had withdrawn, and Liz felt as though she was submerged in another's narrative. However, Jason subsequently arrived. Jason was composed, self-assured, and the antithesis of Ed. A software engineer hailing from Sacramento, he did not possess an affinity for reality television. He had seldom heard of Big Ed until Liz elucidated her history. His response was mature. "That is your history, not your confinement." They were now positioned directly outside a fashionable restaurant in San Diego. The TLC cameras were operational. The producers established the setting for what they termed a closure conversation. Inside, Ed was already seated, nervously manipulating the menu. Upon Liz's entrance with Jason, he rose gradually and rigidly, his expression inscrutable. Greetings, Ed, Liz uttered gently, accompanied by the cautious smile she consistently displayed in his presence. Ed acquiesced. Greetings, Liz. And? This is Jason, she stated. My significant other. Jason proffered his hand. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ed. Ed paused momentarily, but then extended his hand for a handshake. Similarly, I suppose. An uncomfortable hush ensued. The cameras magnified the view. They took a seat. Therefore, Ed remarked after a prolonged sip of water, I must inquire, Liz, what prompted you to bring him here? Liz inhaled. This is my current existence. I wished for you to recognize that I have progressed. I am not resentful. I trust you are not as well. Ed derided. Progressed. This appears to be a display of superiority. Jason delicately placed his hand on Liz's. Our intention was not to incite. We arrived to be truthful. The dialogue became strained. Ed inclined his body forward. You and I endured immense suffering. And now you are merely what? Substituting me with this individual? Liz's voice faltered slightly. You have made your decisions, Ed. I implored you to regard us with seriousness. You engaged in gaming activities. I required tranquility. Jason provided me with that. Ed shook his head, laughing cynically. It is simply painful. I will be candid. Unexpectedly, a producer murmured something out of view. Ed became ashen. Pardon? Liz inquired. The producer cleared his throat. We contacted Rose. Liz blinked her eyes. Rose? Originating from the Philippines? Before anyone could utter another word, Rose entered the diner. Jason was perplexed. Ed appeared as though he had encountered a specter. Rose composedly took a seat at the furthest end of the table. Greetings, Ed. The table now accommodated four, each accompanied by baggage. Rose challenged Ed regarding his previous falsehoods. Liz said that Ed consistently compared her to Rose. Jason remained by Liz, composed and vigilant. Emotions surged tumultuously. At the conclusion of the supper, nothing had been resolved, yet something had transformed. Ed rose and gazed at Liz. He treats you more favorably than I did, does he not? Liz remained unresponsive. She was not required to. As Ed departed, cameras capturing every breath, Liz faced Jason. Let us proceed. She breathed profoundly outdoors. That resembled the concluding page of an extensive tome. Jason exhibited a smile. Let us initiate a new one. With that, Liz departed into the night, not with theatrics, but with resolution. Nevertheless, 6 months had elapsed since Liz formally ended her intermittent relationship with Big Ed. The world observed their tumultuous journey on 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after, characterized by disputes, separations, reconciliations, and finally, sorrow. However, no one anticipated the subsequent chapter. Following the conclusion of their relationship, Liz departed from San Diego and discreetly moved to Austin, Texas, to evade public scrutiny and initiate a new chapter. There, she established a quaint breakfast cafe and ultimately rediscovered her sense of freedom. She was unprepared to encounter Jason Rivera, an affable, grounded firefighter whose serene demeanor starkly contrasted with Ed's volatile nature. Jason embodied qualities that Ed lacked. He listened, refrained from exerting control over her, and never weaponized love. Within months, they developed a profound affection for one another. Simultaneously, in San Diego, Big Ed was deteriorating. He repeatedly assured his acquaintances of his well-being, attributing the issues to Liz, while internally, the silence in his home was overwhelming. He attempted to re-enter the dating scene, even filming a new season of 90 Day, The Single Life, but fans observed that he had changed. He harbored resentment, irked, and fixated on observing Liz's new life as it develops on social media. One day, Big Ed observed a tagged picture of Liz with Jason, smiling, dancing, and engaged. Overwhelmed, Ed traveled to Austin. The cameras of TLC, naturally, accompanied the event. In a moment that would become viral, Ed appeared uninvited at Liz's cafe. She was astonished to encounter him, yet maintained her composure. I merely wish to converse, he stated, his voice trembling. Is he truly the one? Liz gazed into his eyes. Affirmative, Ed. He exists. I need not diminish myself to receive affection. Jason entered, not confrontational, merely defensive. Your time has passed, sir. Permit her to depart. Ed's eyes filled with tears, yet he acquiesced with a nod. I trust you will treat her with greater care than I did. The clip garnered 6 million views in only 24 hours. Just as everyone believed the drama had concluded, a story surfaced online. Purportedly, Ed had been messaging Liz late at night weeks before to that showdown. Screenshots displayed flirtatious texts, apologies, and ambiguous assurances such as, "We were destined to be, Liz." The internet surged dramatically. Jason confronted Liz. Why did you not inform me? Liz confessed to disregarding the messages but feared informing Jason, anticipating he would feel upset or envious. A significant altercation ensued. For 1 week, Liz vacated their shared flat and resided with a friend. Paparazzi captured Ed smiling at an airport that weekend. He informed a reporter, "It appears I may still have an opportunity." However, just as Ed believed the door had reopened, Liz shared a compelling video. She stood before her cafe, tears in her eyes, declaring, I question my abilities, but I am opting for tranquility. That tranquility resides with Jason. Ed, it is time for us both to mature. Liz and Jason conducted an intimate wedding ceremony on a mountaintop in Colorado, away from the scrutiny of reality television cameras. Big Ed commenced treatment and initiated a YouTube series focused on emotional rehabilitation. Unexpectedly, supporters began to embrace the new Ed. Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Amelia. I hope your day is going well. If you like the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel.